them will have their own national board, and most of them will have their general assemblies that decided the strategic direction of the action network in those countries.
The head of Impact Assessment and Shared Learning said they intend to embark on innovative practices and positive experiences for the analysis of their previous work, adding that this will provide information on their context and determine the root causes of poverty, social exclusion, and injustices.
The Gambia's Vision 2020, which is the blueprint, PRSP2, the PAID, that is the Program for Accelerating Growth and Employment, and the MDGs all emphasize the need for addressing poverty and enhancing the economic empowerment and self-realization or actualization of the citizenry, particularly women, children, and the youth.
On contextual analysis, the head of policy, Action Aid the Gambia, spoke of the wide range of issues including social, cultural, health, environment, education, political, and poverty. He remarked that 70% of women are engaged in low productivity, subsistence agriculture, and provide 86% of household income.
We tried our hand in working across the border, which we call CBI, Cross-Border Initiative, and the essence of that was basically to learn the need for regional integration so that we see poverty in a much broader perspective, because poverty is not location specific. Poverty actually cuts across.
The executive director of Action Aid the Gambia said the validation creates ownership for all the actors and for the country as a whole, noting that it avails them the opportunity to listen to other people's views, which can be incorporated on the said strategy document under validation.
We have a review team coming. And this review team is going to look at this document again. It's also going to do their own review of our last 5 years' work, and they will be using all of those to comment further into the document. And then after that, we will input their comments into it, and then that will be the final part of our work on the document as a document. Once it gets approved at the international level, by our board and at the international level, then we will develop action plans with all our partners to see it implemented. We will have money for some of the work we have identified, but we are also able to identify gaps on what we do not have and which we will have to work on.
Action Aid the Gambia is one of the leading civil society groups providing support to communities across the country in the areas of agriculture and social development. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
Well, time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at news from outside the Gambia. Stay tuned in.
Light is from a place where the land is rich and great, Mama Africa. And though I was born in the Western Hemisphere, the spirits of my ancestors call me there, Mama Africa. Hey, yo, this is Peter Morgan from Morgan Heritage, saying I'm going to bless up the whole of the Gambia. Yeah. A man is still a man, with him wear jacket and tie. Listen good, February 15th at the Duplex nightclub, I'll be performing there, presented by Master Lion Promotions and Stantal Promotions. Look on the gully side. Do you see anything to smile about?
Yes, sir, Gambia. Master Lion and Stantal Promotion proudly present you. Peter Morgan, the Prince of Reggae, are from the Morgan Heritage family. Life in the Gambia. All alongside a guest artist called Tensa are from Jamaica. Home artist lineup in the soul. The inspired ones. Dr. Oluganda, Bella Ranks, Buddy Bunker, Baba Blood, and Sambaba. Live on the 15th, gonna be live for Duplex. Tickets are $200 is flat.
And February 16th, I'll be performing at Jacor Bricoma.
Tickets are $150 is flat. February 2013. Be there or be nowhere. Peter Morgan, Life in the Gambia. Keep the fire burning. Can't cool.
Peter Morgan from Morgan Heritage, saying, and we have big up Master Lion, big up Solga Sama, saying ground operator, and also big up Stantal Promotions. A Peter Morgan.
Welcome back. An aircraft carrying Guinean military officials to Liberia crashed on Monday, 65 kilometers from Monrovia's airport. All 11 passengers were killed and thousands of protesters continue venting their anger at the Morsi government on the streets of Cairo, demanding political reforms. We have details of these and other stories in this African News Roundup.
This charred wreckage is all that remains of an aircraft that was carrying Ghanaian military officials to Liberia. The plane crashed on Monday, 65 kilometers from Monrovia's airport. All 11 people on board were killed when the plane went down, including the head of Guinea's armed forces. The cause of the crash is not yet known.
So when we came here, we saw the heavy fire from the tail, because they already started burning from the tail.
Guinea has declared 3 days of national mourning, and Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf declared Tuesday a day of mourning. This man, calling himself Etienne Kabila Taratibu, says he is the half-brother of Congolese President Joseph Kabila. He was arrested on Sunday in Pretoria and appeared in court on Monday. He is accused of being the mastermind of a plot to overthrow the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Last week, 19 people were arrested and charged with attempting to overthrow Kinshasa's government. Thousands of protesters took to the streets of Egypt demanding political reforms on the second anniversary of the fall of former President Hosni Mubarak. Clashes erupted when demonstrators threw petrol bombs at the presidential palace. Police responded with tear gas. The protest illustrates the frustration of those who brought down the former leader and their disillusionment with President Mohamed Morsi. The founding couple of Zoe's Ark Charity, Eric Breteau and Emily Lelouch, were sentenced to 2 years in prison on Tuesday. In 2007, Eric Breteau and Emily Lelouch attempted to abduct 103 children in Chad to bring them to France and present them as orphans from Darfur. The two were found guilty of illegally acting as an intermediary in adoption.
While Kenya's presidential hopefuls for the first time ever participated in a televised debate, potential voters appeared impressed with the candidates, saying it will help them make decisions as to who will rule the country. We have details in this CFI report.
This was a first in Kenya. 8 candidates for president were being questioned live on television by journalists and viewers. Everyone appeared to do what was hoped for, including Uhuru Kenyatta, who was indicted by the International Criminal Court for his role in the violence that followed the presidential election of 2007. Questioned about his ability to govern while awaiting a trial, he answered.
They know full well the issues that I am confronted with. If they so choose to elect me, it means they have confidence in my ability to discharge my duties as president while still handling the case.
He was generally polite, though there were a few tense moments. And the debate, followed on television, internet, and on Twitter, was a success. Potential voters appeared very impressed.
I had opinions on each of them, and most of them unconfirmed.
Generally, I think I can make a better decision now.
The first round of voting is on March 4th, though it seems that some European diplomats have chosen their favorites already. Some were very critical of 2 candidates closely followed by the International Criminal Court. The Kenyan foreign minister had tough words for the Europeans.
What was the outcome of that?
I have been compelled to call this meeting with you this morning to register my utmost displeasure at what appears to be an orchestrated attempt by a number of you to influence the way Kenyans conduct their forthcoming elections.
As proper diplomats, the Europeans denied interfering in the campaign, but they did remind the Kenyans that whoever is elected president must work with the International Court.
Well, we now shift our attention to the weather report courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
The source assures us of a continuous flow, and from there, of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability